I should write this all down.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Analog Vernacular. Today we're going to be playing some more Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and just so you know, I did something weird to my back this morning, and it causes really sharp, immediate pain that sometimes makes it hard for me to talk because it everything tenses up and then I can't breathe for a second. So because of that, I may stop speaking at times. And that's probably what's going on, so don't worry about it. It's fine. It's not a big deal. But yeah, just wanted to mention that. So yeah. Anyways, there is a question mark nearby, and I don't think it was there before, which leads me to believe that maybe it's one of Nia's things. So we're gonna go and check that out. And in fact, we can just teleport there. And yep, right here. Okay.
Those empty ruins.
So this giant tree is from the first game, right? Is that the tree that the Napon city was in? I think it might be. I think it might be.
Nia? Everything all right?
This place you call Maktha Wildwood. Do you know anything about all the ruins and things scattered around here?
No, to tell the truth.
I never paid them any mind, I guess. But now you mention them, they do seem pretty weird.
So is this where she's going to talk about Moritha, maybe?
Oh. Hey, is this also related to stuff from your old world, Nia?
That's a good guess, Sena. Not quite right, but you aren't far off.
Please, explain.
All right, I will. This is probably something you ought to know about. I told you before about Ionios' creation, right? Well, what I'm about to talk about goes back much further into the past than that.
Yeah.
You mean when the worlds were one?
When the worlds were one, and yeah, when the worlds were one.
The people of that time had access to absolute power, using it to create and enjoy a flourishing civilization. But in the end, they started to fight each other for control over that very power. And because of that, the power became a calamity and ripped the world in two. What we're looking at now is the remnants of the destruction that humanity has wrought.
So we were right, this is part of
So the
Moritha.
true meaning of all this ruin is to stand as a monument to the history that created this world.
If you really think about it, we human beings are the cause of all of it.
I don't get it. Why fight till everything burns?
The answer is because they were afraid.
Ooh, that plays into the themes of this game very, very well, doesn't it? Considering what Zed is. Sorry, pain in my back. Anytime my voice gets tight like that, it's because of the pain. I apologize, people. But yeah, because Zed is basically just an embodiment of the collective fear of the ether and souls about what would happen when these two worlds collided.
Afraid of what?
Afraid of ending. All life, all civilizations and cultures, everything comes to an end in time. Of course, humans are part of the world too. We can't escape that rule either. But people never stop looking for a way, even if it means going beyond the rules. Eternity. That's what they were searching for.
Eternity.
If the present moment carries on forever, then the end will never come. That's eternity. With that, the miserable decay that you're looking at now would never come to pass. I think you probably all know the rest of the story already. Why this world that we're in now is called Ionios, the realm of eternity.
Zed also wants eternity, just as the people did back then.
But, I mean, even though they were longing for eternity, to sacrifice so many lives to achieve it, it can't be right.
I agree. We might get hurt, and someday we'll be gone. But we have to keep moving forward in spite of all that. That's what it means to live, right, Nia?
Yes, exactly right. That must be clear to you all now. You should hold on to that vision of life. Cherish it as you go forward. Keep that in your heart so that you never repeat the mistakes of the past.
Okay. There's one more floating around the world somewhere. Let's see if we can find it. One thing that's kind of nice is we should be able to turn off all the other icons, so... Oh! That could be it, but no, that's probably something else, right? Yeah, because that's in the city. That would more likely be a Melia thing. If, So this is probably just another quest. We could, of course, go and try it. Just to see. Oh, whoops, I pushed the wrong button again. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, so it's in the tap dancing Napon. We'll go and pick it up at the very least, since we know there's something there, but I don't think that this is going to be Nia's. Excuse me. Am I right in thinking you're the Ouroboros? Sorry, who are you again? Oh, I do beg your pardon. I'm the castle inspector Ulrich. I've been looking everywhere for you. Wait a sec, have I seen you somewhere before? Maybe Riku's still half asleep, but Riku's certain he's seen you inspecting in Colony 9. Is that so? Do you not remember the faces of your own army's officers? I suppose not. Oh, don't worry about it. You said you'd been looking for us. Yes, I actually had a favor to ask you. Oh yeah? Inspect the colonies that aren't bound by flame clocks? Yes, I just want to check in on how the colonies without flame clocks are coping. Just to see if the soldiers are adapting to life without a flame clock in console. That's great, but what do you need us for? Surely officer rank comes with an elite bodyguard or two. Ah, no, I was hoping you could fill rather a different role. Now that so many colonies have been liberated, our old methods of observation aren't quite as effective. You see how we can't just stroll into an Agnion colony and casually observe, yes? But if the Ouroboros showed up, then you'll be warmly welcomed, I'm sure. I guess. So what do you say? Will you help the castle? And not only that, but support the people living in the colonies? Okay. I believe you about supporting the people. Everyone else okay with it? Then we'll do it. I'm so grateful. Which colonies are we to survey? I assume random choice won't be very effective. Right, I was thinking we could start with Colony 9. Oh? It's somewhere Ulrich's been to inspect before, and it might be the colony that felt the effects of its liberation the hardest. What do you think, Ulrich? No objections here. We'll go and talk to Kite once we've got everything ready. The new inspector. Okay, cool. So I want to find this other Nia thing, but any other quests that we see on the way, we may as well pick up. Okay, we'll turn these off. There doesn't appear to be anything else here, question mark wise. Okay, nothing here. Oh, there is. Oh no, that's the one in Mew for the cattle. Yeah, can't imagine Sword March would be one for Nia. We already did the Founders one, so I highly doubt that there are 2 for Nia in the city, but you never know. And we're going to be picking up all the quests anyway, so if we find them, we'll go and grab them. Oh yeah, this is that one. My bad. Okay, I gotta remember those ones that persist. Yeah, that one's for our weapons. Okay, well, that could be it. The Saffronia tree.
Ah, the scent of Saffronia. This takes me back.
Takes you back? You mean you know what this is?
Yes, of course. Saffronia trees used to grow in the world that I came from, you see.
Huh? For real? So that's where Saffronia trees come from. Who'd have guessed?
That's not all. What you call the Urian Mountains came from my world too.
And it was a living creature. How does that make you feel? Weren't there Saffronias inside of Uriah? I can't remember if they showed up elsewhere, but I think they were in the Urian Titan.
Whoa, seriously? I always thought they were funny-shaped mountains.
I mean, now they're mountains. Back then, they weren't so picturesque.
Are there more places like this? Stuff that we don't know the true origin of?
Actually, yes. In fact, I dare say, pretty much everywhere you've seen till now.
So this music track is definitely from 2, right? It sounds like a 2-track.
Makes sense. If you hadn't been here, we'd have just walked right past like it was no big thing.
I suppose it's good for you all to know about how things were in the old world. Well, now you've got all this new perspective, why not have a look back at the path you already traced?
Looking back at where we came from. That could be a really valuable experience.
Yes. Please, give it some thought. The path that you're on now will lead you to the future that you've dreamed of.
I'll do anything you ask me to, Queen. Anything. Okay. So with that being done, we can have our conversation about this. And I'm guessing this will probably end up leading to probably her hero quest, right? Her ascension?
I'm getting peckish. Do we have any snacks?
Nia's memories.
Let's have a little huddle up.
Okay, so what we got next? Good question. Nia, anywhere you still want to go? Huh? You're asking me? Right, if there's something you've been wanting to do or see, please let us know. Oh, but I mean, wherever you're headed, it's fine by me. Oh, come on, Nia, speak your mind. After all, we've been dragging you about all over the shop. Time for you to choose our next move. Well, it's really kind of you all to say that. Much appreciated. But actually, what I said before, I really meant it. Wherever you go, I will follow. Is that right? Yes, that's right. Traveling together with you, even if we're not headed anywhere in particular, well, that's more than enough fun for me. Huh, okay, well, whatever. If that's what Nia wants, then so be it. There's no need to decide on a destination right now. Why don't we all just think it over for a while? Yes, I'll give it some consideration then. She's just happy to be exploring again, dude. She's been hiding away for all those years and just watching other people do fun shit. Like, she was a feisty adventurer back in her day. She's just enjoying the moment.
Shall we put our heads together on this?
Weird, we just go into it again, huh? Huh, weird. Okay, strange.
Let's keep things on a tight loop.
I don't know how to continue that one right now, then. I wonder if maybe we need to have this discussion somewhere else? I don't know. We could just work on some side quests for a minute, though, if we want to. I think the next hero quest, other than, like, Nia's that we might target, is Kamaravi. I kind of get the feeling that since Kamaravi and Ethel are so intrinsically tied together right now, story-wise, that I probably, like, I suspect that there's going to be a way for us to get Ethel back as a hero that we can actually take with us. But even if that's not the case, probably doing Kamaravi's thing will probably lead to whatever her hero quest is, so that we can ascend Flash Fencer. That's my guess. So Kamaravi is definitely on the top of my list on that. That and Nia and Melia probably, because both of you are going to be maxing out at 10 soon on that one, but that's not that big of a deal. We'll just switch other people into it because they've been learning them, so. Alright, we were going to go back to Iota. I always forget the name of this one. I don't know why. But I want to go back to Iota to see if now that her thing is done, if there are more rumors and quests to be got here. Okay, let's come back here just to make sure. Not much longer till Dame Alex's birthday now. Oh, how I worry about her. She's not reaching her 10th term, you worrywart. She'll still stick around this year, I can tell you that much. Do they actually celebrate birthdays here, or is that just a sad reminder of another year down? Crazy girl, you over here? Whoa, Sequoia. That girl needs to ease off. She's so into her work, she's making me look bad. So, this is how she got the Collectopedia doing the rounds. Little out of my comfort zone, though, as a mechanic. That's not to say I'm not interested, because I am. I am actually hoping she could teach me a bunch. Fingers crossed. So, Ionios is a pretty messed up place right now, huh? Still, I reckon I could make myself useful, learn something around here. We're all working till we're blue in the face. Our guys are crazy good at snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. And then when the battle's won, we're gonna need people who can think of a plan and follow through. Not to blow me own trumpet, but I think I could fill them boots. Like, I guess I want to get the Colony 30 peeps to do more of what they like. Because if they're happy, I'm happy. Okay, so this is the one that Colony 30 sent over, it looks like.
Do you get the feeling we're being watched?
What? Really? No, you're imagining it.
Dame Alex has started to soften up a bit more lately. She's not as stern and intimidating. I wonder if now's a good time to put my little plan into action.
Oh, so that's
What
how
are you
they're
planning?
doing.
Captain Ryza was good enough to recount me a vignette of the exploits Dame Alex shared with her captains. I'd time to contemplate their actions deeply as we were hounded by the raging torrent of Elsie's spout. Hounded by a waterfall? With Ryza? No common will could resolve to cut oneself to the quick like that for one's friends. Why do you talk like this, bro? My admiration for them knows no bounds. You really had a little tete-a-tete under the spout? Oh man, it's such an image I can't even follow what you're saying.
Oh, so that's how they're doing.
Levialord Imperio, Perilwing Ryuo, Kilocorn Grandeps, Dreadworm Nizunt. What are you doing? What are you mumbling there? Sounded like names of some monsters. Verily, those are the names of the fiercest and most formidable fiends that roam with impunity somewhere within our world. If one were to fell them, they'd surely be known as the most formidable of Ionios. Perhaps you'll take the challenge. Okay, that's a hint. Swapping tech with Colony 30 stirs up a strange feeling in me. It's as if the winds of change are blowing more fiercely than ever. At least that's what Shellen was saying anyhow. She sounded so happy about it too. Declaring how glad she was for her own life. That's how I want to live too. Being thankful that I'm here.
Oh, so that's how they're doing.
The day Colony 30 defeated us was an utter disaster, and that's putting it lightly. And we know at this point that it was a complete accident on Valdi's part. Feely and I did what we could to console Dame Alex throughout the night. We never dreamed there'd be a peaceful resolution. And yet here we are. Colony 30 seems to defy prediction time and time again. Yeah.
Oh, so that's how they're
About
doing.
that. Did you come to check up on me? It's fine. Everyone's here. If you're taking on Zed, then you need to give it everything. It's a pivotal battle. Everything is riding on it. If we get it right, we'll be able to look back and laugh when it's all over. Okay, where's this last damn rumor? Might be over there. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't like hunting down rumors. I really don't. Okay. Well, it is what it is. Okay, true culprit. Let's go back to Colony 30 and work on this for a minute.
My mind is made up. You have my full support. The things these engineers have created take my breath away.
Still a work in progress, but it's set to become Valdi's biggest friend yet.
right here.
It's a long one.
Oh,
Alright, what are you up to, Pooly Pooly? What'd you do? What you scribbling there? Doing best and working hard for Alexandria. Please give many praises as reward. Oh, it was Dame Alex who set the whole thing up? Oh no. Meh? Don't look a thing without ask, you very rude character. Alexandria? The Alexandria who's the commander of Colony Iota. That Alexandria. What exactly were you working so hard for her on? And I recommend being as detailed as possible. From where I'm standing, it looks like you were doing intelligence work. Meh, this nothing to do with Alexandria. Pooly Pooly free agent, act only for self. I feel like we shouldn't be addressing this alone. We should put this to Colony 30.
Oh, so that's how they're doing.
Okay.
I heard there were a number of Nopon here, but I never expected this many. I imagine there's not a boring moment around here.
There isn't. Between Valdi and the Nopon, there isn't a dull moment, I'm sure. Let me see if I got it right. This Nopon was intending to pass Colony 30 intelligence onto another colony. In addition, hoping to cause rifts within the colony, he masterminded this plan to steal Mechafren's parts. Yeah, that's about it. Pooly Pooly not let Colony 30 defeat Alexandria. So Pooly Pooly defeat Colony 30 instead and make Alexandria happy, that plan. Oh, he's got a crush, I see. So, what now, Commander Valdi? Good question. I don't want my friends to be hurt. So, Pooly Pooly, can't we all just be friends and get along? Oh god. Valdi? Pooly Pooly sorry, Pooly Pooly feels so huge remorse. Well, all is forgiven. Really? Well, Valdi says he forgives him. Pooly Pooly have change of heart and work very hard now. Wow. Okay. Pooly Pooly hindered the Doric project for Alexandria's sake, but Valdi still forgave him, and they resolved to work together on finishing Doric.
Oh, so that's how they're doing.
You're a very forgiving person. Okay, and now we can continue the Doric stuff.
I hear Pooly Pooly's helping with the construction now. Hope he's keeping his nose to the grindstone.
The place is a whole lot livelier with Widge and the others helping out, don't you think? Building stuff is a whole lot of fun if you do it together. You should join in too, Lanz. Nice idea, but we need to take care of gathering the materials. Gathering materials, yes. It's like you're already working with us, huh? And let's see how we can do with that. Dinky Dink and Widge start off on wrong feet with Mechafren after past incident, but all chummy now. Doric currently proceeding on track for Phase 5. Friends bring materials, then Rapapa give them speedy, quick check.
Is this what you wanted?
Okay. Material all gathered. Phase 5 now completable. Much thanks. Hard efforts of friends keep construction ticking nice. But before Rapapa get ahead of self, Phase 6 involve making of Doric system parts. Will be bit tricky. With preparations prepared, Rapapa take quick break from inspecting. Okay. Pooly Pooly will turn over new leaf and commit self to helping with construction of Doric. So you're over Alexandria now. that have nothing to do with? Pooly still thinking up other scheme to win Heart of Darling. You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough, Pooly. Kind of get where he's coming from.
I heard there were a number of Nopon here, but I never expected this many. I imagine there's not a boring moment around here.
So either we need to find a new rumor or something that will continue on the Doric stuff, or maybe we need to reload the area to trigger the next phase. Alright, we'll go somewhere else for now. A chance encounter. Ilis hasn't returned to Colony 9. She might have gone somewhere in the area of Lagarda prison camp. Find her and bring her back safe. We can do that. Okay.
Something smells exquisite.
It was a level 60, and I think we're, what, 61 right now? Oh, wow, no, we went back to 83, that's right. Okay. So we might want to change our level.
I'm getting peckish. Do we have any snacks?
Yeah, they could really update this with like a party option. Set party to this level. You know what I mean? I get it, they all have their own individual experience that can differ to some degree, but it kind of normalizes itself, so at this point, it would stand a reason to just give us the option to set the entire party level.
All part of the plan, I think.
Break time's over.
Okay, my guess is you'll be inside here. There you are. Ilis. Huh? What are you doing here? We heard that you've been away from the colony for a while, so we came to look for you. What did you come all the way out here alone for? A Nopon caravan told me that there's a good place to grow plants around here. I thought I could take a load of the soil and bring it back to fertilize the fields in Colony 9. But now I'm finally here, ready to bring back the soil. I was tired from the long journey and I made a mistake with the controls. Yeah, looks that way. Riku, you're up. As if Riku have choice. Oh. Someone's there. I can hear footsteps. The voices came from this way. Oh, it's you. It's Mwamba. Just give us a heart attack, why don't you? Wait. Mwamba? It can't be you. You're alive? Ilis, the thing is... Yeah, we got some explaining to do. can't believe something like that could happen. It's weird to think that the Mwamba standing here isn't the Mwamba I knew. But I'm glad I got to meet him again. Eyeless, our resident furball, says we need to swap out some parts, but it should be fine. The Levness we came in is nearby. We should have spare parts to give you. Thank you. So why did you come here? Hope's Rest is rich in resources, so we came looking to see what we could find. The city's full of people who got out of prison like me, and that big a surge in population isn't easy to cope with. Then let me help you out in return for fixing this up. Yeah, we're game too. That would be great. Okay, so what we need from you is stave petals, titanic beehives, and sody stones. If you could get 10 of each of those, we'd be set. Think you can manage that? We sure can. Might already have it. No, okay, they're like uniques probably. Hey. Mwamba, what's up? Riggy said I should help you guys out. So here's what we found so far. So you've decided to transfer to our salvage corps? Wonderful. Huh? We'd be sure to work you hard. Too right. Come on lads, give me a break. Are you used to living in the city yet? I'm getting there. Monica and the others have done a lot for us, me and Hacked, you know? That's good. I wonder why his memories haven't come back like Miyabi's. Yeah, well, when you think of how they died, that's probably for the best. I think so too. It's like a freaking horror story. Being crushed by a Mobius piece of crap.
What we were after?
Hey, Hacked. And we'll go salvaging with you. Sure. So much already found, Hacked Genius Searcher. Mwamba's the genius, he told me all the tricks. Can I ask you to take the stuff I can't carry? The pleasure of us to help. Are you friends with Mwamba? Yeah, we've been through a lot together. He's one of those guys who takes people under his wing, you know? It seems like he's getting on well in the city. It seems so. It's always stayed with me how we couldn't save him from D. We know it isn't him, but I'm glad that this time we got to save him too. As am I.
So that's how they're doing. Hey, that's the thing!
Yeah, this is a great way for them to kind of like touch base on these characters again. I like it. Oh no, is that actually up there? It is. Son of a bitch.
Don't assume they're pushovers.
Now you can witness our power.
Water Lily!
You're dealing with me.
Show us what you got, Sarah. Power of the Queen. Good going, Eunie.
Elemental discharge. Glow ring. You're dealing with me. Things are building up.
Is that...
Okay, here's what I've managed to find. One more push and that should be it. Whoa, we picked up loads. Mwamba lent us a hand. He's a born salvager. He's still Mwamba, memories are not. I found the place where he was killed, just by total chance. There was equipment left behind, scattered all over the place. It's still hard to remember. The truth is, when I crashed the Lebnis, I was distracted, thinking about him. So I was really surprised to see him. Oh, Eyeless. He's doing okay, right? Well, that's what he said. And that's good. I'm glad.
Oh, hey, I found the what's it.
Huh? Is that...
Don't just assume they're pushovers.
Let's only...
Summon element! Not face me! This'll keep it going. Shadow Stitch! I can handle this one. Nice one, Eunie. How's that? Dealing with me!
Perfect cover.
Demon Slayer! I've got Light keeping! Things are building up!
We can do this together! Alright, water lily! Summon element! Go! Impulse blade! Impulse blade!
White flash!
Break!
I can handle this one!
Going, Eunie!
That was spectacular!
And I was the MVP. You were all thinking it.
All fixed. Yep, thank you so much. I owe you one. Everyone's probably out of their minds with worry, so I'd better get back to Colony 9 straight away. Not going to chat with Mwamba? It's fine. He doesn't know me anyway. And it would just make me sad. I got to see him smile one more time. I think that's enough. I mean, think about it. If it was the Mwamba I knew, he'd have hit his time long ago. Right. I'm just glad that this time I get to say goodbye properly. Hey, you going already? Yep, I've got my own stuff I need to be getting back home. Ah, shame. You're from the same colony as Noah and the others, right? Right. I guess I'll see you next time then. You will? Yeah, me and Hacked have been talking about taking a trip when things have calmed down. Seeing the world. And we decided our starting point would be Colony 9. You did. Then I'll be waiting to say hi when you come. Good. See you then, Eyeless. See you, Mwamba. Ooh, that's a romance ready to happen, baby. All the spices are there, you just gotta cook with it. Isla safely returned to Colony 9 in her repaired Levnus. She looks forward to a reunion with Mwamba.
So that's the state of affairs.
Okay. That's a good one. I like that. Speaking of Colony 9, this one's gonna take us right to Colony 9, so let's go ahead and do this one too. Also, I think there might have been one other... No, okay, cool. Mwamba's alive? I heard it from Ilus. Yeah, he's alive, but he's not the Mwamba that we used to know anymore. Well, sure, but I'm still just as happy about it. He'll come back to Colony 9 someday, right? I'd like him to meet the others.
So that's the state of affairs.
Hey, Kite. What's up? Have you heard about the fields? Fields? Are you saying this colony grows its food supplies rather than processing them in a plant? Who's this? Oh, Castle Inspector's back again? It looked like Kite remembered him. Shut up. Well, what do you want? Sorry for dropping in unannounced. The thing is... And that's about the long and short of it. So, could you tell us about how Colony 9 has been doing? With the fields and all? Ah, yeah, why not? Oh, you don't need to go that far. If I could just take a look at the fields, that would be fine. To find the fields, go out, down the slope towards the back entrance, then straight across the bridge. They're on your left. Thank you. Well, I'll be off then. Hey, don't just... sorry. We'll talk again soon. Yeah, what's he running for? Yeah. Okay. That was weird. The fuck?
You really love Colony 9, don't you, Eunie? I can tell from the way your wings perk up.
Really? That's slightly uncomfortable.
And cute as hell. That's slightly uncomfortable. I love that. Well, now we've got potatoes to eat. Efficiency had a bit of a boost, I think. As a result, I think we'll be able to take out Mobius in, say, 5 ticks. Oh. It's... Yeah, for sure, definitely. No doubt. I'm getting to know Earl a lot better than before. Our visit to Colony Mew helped speed that along. I was really impressed by how much he knew about crops. Not only that, but he's a great teacher too. Yes, Earl's going to be a great asset in spreading potato cultivation. Sure, but he's still going to need a bit of protection, right? That's right, but no worries. Whatever comes his way, I've got him covered. You're a good friend, Carrie. Eastman's been bursting with energy lately. Gotta say, I like this version of him. Really? How can you tell? I've known him for Ponyo's years, and I never thought such an impatient dude would get sucked into agriculture so fast. We've been able to learn so much from the spongy spuds. Still, I dare say there are other crops that could be leveraged for a similar result. We'll be able to deepen our understanding if we collaborate with Colony Tau, too. Juniper and Kite would love that, I'm sure. Indeed, I think our alliance will bear plenty of fruit. I'm looking forward to it. No,
So that's
it will
the state
bear
of affairs.
plenty of these spongy spuds. You missed the joke, Xeon. You're all about the potatoes and you missed the joke. It's gonna bear spongy spuds. Hey, I just pulled up a bunch of spuds. You should eat some before you go. They'll give you mad strength. Get out there and with a gut full of our lovingly grown Colony 9 taters, and there's no way you're losing against Mobius. This is wonderful. You can't just go running off on your own, mate. Sorry about that, it's just I was so thrilled at the prospect of seeing it. And they did it all without Castle support. Impressive. Really stellar work. Did you push for this initiative? Actually, no, we helped a bit, but it was all of the colony's doing. I see. Well, how marvelous. Well, one of the Agnus commanders helped out with it a lot. What? Agnus and Keves working together? Would you mind if we visited an Agnian colony next? Are you sure? I am. I believe there was one somewhere in the vicinity, no? The nearest is, Colony Gamma? Then can we go there next? We're in such close proximity, and yet it's so lightly guarded. In normal times, it wouldn't be uncommon to see some kind of military action here. But those normal times are no longer normal. I want to see how the world is now. In that case, we Agnians will show you around. For some of us, it used to be home. Then let's set off. Okay. So this is Colony Gamma, is it? I never thought the day would come I'd set foot in an Agnian colony. There are an awful lot of new soldiers here. Yes, they're kept from the front lines to serve as a reserve force. Does that interest you? Of course it does. Plenty of soldiers are terrified in the face of the uncertain future the breaking of the flame clock has given rise to. They're incentivized to train harder, to actively, positively work to survive in this new harsh world. This is part of the change you've brought about. They'd probably be proud to hear you assessing them in such a way. I think I've seen enough. Can I ask you to take me to the next place? Yeah, where to this time? The city. Yeah, okay, city it is. They're like, wait a minute, what? The city? Yes, the city, a place on Ionios which is unaffiliated with either Keves or Agnus. My heart leapt when I heard that such a place existed. It may prove challenging to bring an outsider with no connections into the city, though. Yeah, is there somewhere else where city folk live? Oh, there is. Agnus Castle. Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. You're on the ball today, Sena. Yeah, it'll be easier to get him in there than the city, at least. Well, if Aggie and Augie are around, they'll hear us out at least. Would that be okay, Ulrich? It's not quite what you hoped for, but of course it's fine. My interest lies in the people, not the places. Then let's get to Agnus Castle. Oh no. He might meet Gondor. If Gondor is his first impression of city folk, oh dear. Okay, we can no longer interact with this, so there's not going to be more to do with that. But I think I will do a once around to see if there are any new rumors here. Just to be thorough. What you doing there, buddy? Yeah, man, I feel like some of these colonies are done. And we've got the 5 stars in this colony as well, so, like, we're doner than done here, it seems like.
Something smells. Shall we drop in, perhaps?
A little peckish there, Melia? Okay, I think Gamma's done. Very cool. How are you doing, Augie? Well, if it isn't Noah, we're doing just dandy. Hey, Aggie, look who it is. Ah, you're all looking well. So are you, Aggie? Ah, these are the city people who reside in the castle, yes? Who's this, friend of yours? Yeah, so what's happening is... Interesting. So you want to learn about the city, eh? I do. As people with first-hand experience and knowledge, would you mind telling me a bit about life here? There, is what he said. I see no reason why not. If Noah here vouches for you, who are we to decline? Okay, shoot, ask us anything. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Please, this will just take a moment. Knock yourselves out, we'll find something to do. Thank you so much. Then I'll see you later. Oh, look! Did you see that? The Turkin walked by. Gondor's Turkins are here, her children. She's got little ones now. Oh, she's grown up so fast. She's become a mother. Are they done yet? Looks like it. Well, did you learn anything good from them? Yes, they had a lot of very interesting things to say. However, go on. Well, it was so interesting that I don't think I'll ever have enough time to explore it all. I think I'm going to stay here for a while. What, like live here? Are you serious? Yes, Aggie and Augie, as well as Seeker, the representative for Agnus, have welcomed me quite warmly. Why something so drastic? I thought I'd use my position as inspector to benefit the castle and Keves itself. I had thought it necessary to completely annihilate the opposing force. Taion's like, you bastard. But that sounds foolish in the present in which we now find ourselves. Why did we only concern ourselves with prosperity that was built on the backs of so much sacrifice? Yeah, why indeed? I feel like you've opened my eyes. Keves, Agnus, the city. I've seen them working together, and now I know the shape of the future we must create. Living with these people and truly getting to know them, that would be the first step towards this goal. You see, then I guess our work here is done. I'd like to thank you for accompanying me on this journey. I hope this path leads to far greater understanding. For the future of Keves, no, all of Ionios. The new inspector, Ulrich settled down in Agnus Castle to understand further how the city, Keves, and Agnus might find a way to coexist.
So that's the state of affairs.
That is the state of affairs.
There's been changes to
Micro
colony
Turkin!
relations.
Kra. Luck. Good luck. Yeah. Cheers. We hear you, buddy. Yeah, thanks. Thanks,
There's
Micro
been changes
Turkin.
to colony relations.
So proud of Gondor. She's such a good mother. Such a great feeling to be rid of that rotten console. Lost numbers have been bringing me up to speed, so this is what it means to be free, eh? I could get used to this. Oh, he's one of the people that we released from prison. Yeah, I forgot about that. We got most of the lost numbers safely back to the city now. We'll take care of things from here. Gotta round up the rest of the strays. I'm totally worn out, and I want to say thanks for taking care of that trio back there. No, it's fine. We made a free choice to get involved with that. Okay, well, when you see Seeker, can you tell him to stop dishing out so many of these brutal tasks? Huh? Sure? I'll try to find some way to get that across tactfully. Sometimes I think that Seeker belongs to some whole other species that just loves tedious work. Okay, Mini Turkin, how you doing, buddy? Is your mom treating you alright? Is she being too rude? Is she teaching you, swear words? So, have you gotten used to your new home yet? Kra. Turkin helps small bro and Gondor human. Oh yeah? I'm sure that's a really big help.
So that's the state of affairs.
What we need here is some decent food. Don't you know you can't fight on an empty stomach? I mean, you're not wrong. Right? So we gotta get a massive supply of food to the city. I wonder. I made a proposal to get control over the Eastern Island, but it got shot down. What? You mean... Milady and Secret told us not to do it, so we can hardly launch a rogue mission now. Milady's having a really hard time at the moment. I'm gutted that we can't offer her much support right now. Ooh, you know what? We might be a high enough level that we can do some of that stuff. Over on that Eastern Island. I might want to do that in the next episode. marvelous place this is. The magnificent sweeping vistas aside, it's a joy to see the people of the city. And Agnus working arm in arm. Sorry, I had a twinge in my back. Glad to see you're getting on. I admit the Agnians have been rather wary of my presence, but I can hardly blame them for that. The city folk can be a boorish bunch, but they've been far more accommodating on the whole. I was pleasantly surprised. Alright, well, I think this is where we're going to end this episode, so thank you all for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good one, everybody. To give a very special shout out to my patron supporters, Darren York, ZTD, 7th Son, Len, Knife Namaste, Kyle the Monarch, Andrew Smith, Molly, Chris Murphy, Kaberti, and Jordan and Emily Hill. If you would also like to join this tier or any others, check out my memberships or my Patreon in the description down below.